Welcome back to Rare Coin Archive. In today's exciting episode, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins, and this time, we're spotlighting a hidden gem from South Africa, the R1 coin from 1993. This unassuming coin has taken the numismatic world by storm, currently valued at a jaw-dropping $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1 million for a single coin. So buckle up as we explore the coin's incredible journey, the story behind its value, and how it went from everyday currency to becoming a treasure that collectors and investors are chasing around the globe. To understand why the 1993 R1 coin is so special, we need to go back to its roots. The South African R1 coin was first introduced in the 1960s during the country's shift to a decimal currency system, replacing the South African pound. Over the years, it became a staple of everyday commerce. But what makes the 1993 edition so significant? This particular coin was minted during a critical point in South African history. In 1993, South Africa was on the brink of massive political transformation. The apartheid era was ending, and the country was preparing for its first democratic elections. This coin, therefore, isn't just metal. It's a piece of history, minted at the cusp of a new era for the nation. The 1993 R1 coin features the majestic image of a springbok antelope on one side, the same proud symbol found on South African currency since the days of the Krugerrand. The other side shows the coat of arms of South Africa, along with the year and denomination. However, among the millions of R1 coins minted in 1993, a rare error version was produced. And it's this error version that has collectors buzzing. So, what's the secret behind this $1 million coin? Experts have identified a rare minting error that affects a very small number of 1,993 R1 coins. This could be a misalignment of the obverse design, a double die error, or an off-metal strike, where the coin was mistakenly struck on the wrong type of metal blank. These anomalies are extremely rare, and when combined with the coin's historical context, they elevate the value to astronomical heights. It's estimated that fewer than 20 of these error coins are known to exist worldwide, making them ultra-scarce. As we know in the world of numismatics, rarity equals value. Originally worth just R1, this rare error coin's value has exploded over the years, reaching $1 million in private auctions and high-end coin dealer markets. Collectors and investors alike are scrambling to find one, hoping to uncover a life-changing piece sitting quietly in their old collections. So how can you tell if you're holding one of these $1 million treasures? Here's what to look for. Check for unusual markings or distortions in the springbok image. Look for double stamping or faint outlines that appear offset. Examine the coin's edges and metal composition. Some may appear slightly off in color or weight. And remember, condition matters. A well-preserved, high-grade coin can fetch far more than one that's worn or damaged. If you suspect you have a rare coin, get it evaluated by a professional numismatist or submit it to a reputable coin grading service like NGC or PCGS. So there you have it, the incredible story of the 1993 South African R1 coin, a humble piece of change that turned into a $1 million marvel. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, this coin shows why numismatics is so thrilling. You never know what treasure might be hiding in your pocket. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next coin adventure. Got any rare coins in your collection? Tell us about them in the comments. We might feature your story in a future episode. Until next time, keep collecting and keep learning. Welcome back to Rare Coin Archive. In today's exciting episode, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins and shining a spotlight on a coin that has taken both collectors and investors by storm, the South African 50-cent football coin from 2002. You might not believe it, but this little piece of metal is now valued at a staggering $6 million. Yes, you heard that right, $6 million for a single 50-cent coin. Let's uncover how this seemingly ordinary coin turned into one of the most coveted numismatic treasures of our time. Before we jump into its value, let's rewind to 2002. That year marked a significant moment in South Africa's sporting history. To celebrate the nation's love for football, soccer, and its growing presence on the global stage, the South African Mint released a special edition 50-cent coin, also referred to as the 2002 football commemorative coin. This wasn't just any coin. It featured a dynamic design showcasing a football player in motion, a tribute to the sport that unites millions across the continent. On the reverse side, it carried the usual 50 cents denomination along with South Africa and the year of issue. Now here's where the story gets really interesting. Not all 2002 football 50-cent coins are valuable. In fact, millions were minted. But there's one rare variation, a minting error, that has collectors going wild. This rare variant is known as the 2002 football off-strike error coin. Due to a striking misalignment during minting, the image of the football player appears slightly off-center, and in some cases even has a slight double imprint, making it a true minting anomaly. Only a tiny handful of these error coins are believed to exist today. Some experts suggest fewer than 5 have ever surfaced. This extreme rarity, combined with its sporting theme and cultural significance, has propelled its value through the roof. So, what makes this coin worth a jaw-dropping $6 million? In the world of numismatics, rarity is everything. The fewer examples of a coin in existence, especially one with a unique error, the higher the demand. When collectors and investors are all hunting for a coin that only exists in single digits, prices can soar to unimaginable heights. But it's not just rarity. The timing of the coin's release plays a huge role too. The early 2000s marked a period of national pride, sporting achievement, and optimism in South Africa. Coins from this era carry historical weight, and when paired with a rare error, they become priceless artifacts. Since the discovery of the 2002 football error coin's astronomical value, there's been a surge of interest in South African coins from the early 2000s. Collectors and investors from around the globe are now sifting through their collections and scouring markets, hoping to find one of these elusive gems. The South African numismatic market has seen a massive boost thanks to coins like this, drawing global attention to the country's rich coinage history. You might be wondering, do I have one of these in my collection? Here's how to find out. Look closely at the image of the football player on the coin. If the design appears off-center, double-struck, or slightly distorted, you may have something special. Use a magnifying glass and examine the rim. Errors often result in an uneven border or incomplete legends. A well-preserved coin with minimal wear will fetch significantly more at auction. If you think you've found one, consult a professional numismatist or grading service to get it authenticated. So there you have it, the incredible story of the 2002 South African 50 cents football error coin. A coin that began as a simple commemorative piece and is now worth millions. Whether you're a seasoned collector or new to the hobby, this story is a reminder of why numismatics is so thrilling. Hidden treasures may be lying in your coin jar right now. Thanks for watching Rare Coin Archive. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Let us know in the comments. Do you have any rare South African coins in your collection? Until next time, keep collecting and keep learning. Welcome back to Rare Coin Archive. In today's exciting episode, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins, and this time, we're spotlighting a truly hidden gem from South Africa, the 5-cent coin from 1990. This small and unassuming piece of metal has stunned the numismatic world, currently valued at an astonishing $4 million. Yes, you heard that right. $4 million for a single 5-cent coin. So buckle up as we explore the coin's incredible journey, the story behind its jaw-dropping value, and how it went from pocket change to a treasure that collectors and investors around the world are hunting for. To understand why the 1995-cent coin is so special, we need to look back at its roots. The South African 5-cent coin has been part of the country's decimalized currency system since the 1960s, replacing the South African pound. While typically overlooked due to its small denomination, the 5-cent coin has a long-standing place in daily transactions across the country. But what makes the 1990 edition so significant? This coin was minted during a pivotal moment in South Africa's modern history. In 1990, Nelson Mandela was released from prison after 27 years, signaling the beginning of the end for apartheid and ushering in a new era for South Africa. The 1995-cent coin, therefore, isn't just currency. It's a symbol of transition and resilience in a nation preparing for monumental change. The 1990 South Africa 5-cent coin features the iconic blue crane, South Africa's national bird. On one side, a symbol of elegance, peace, and national pride. On the other side, it bears the South African coat of arms, along with the year of issue and denomination. However, what makes this particular coin exceptionally valuable is the existence of a rare mint error that occurred during the production of a small batch. Now here's where it gets truly fascinating. Among the standard 1995-cent coins, a rare error variant was accidentally struck. This coin features either a misaligned die, causing the design to be off-center, a double die error, where design elements are faintly duplicated, or even a wrong planchet error, meaning the coin was struck on a blank intended for a different denomination or metal. These types of errors are extremely rare, and when found on a coin minted during such an important historical period, the value skyrockets. Only a handful of these rare 1990 error coins are believed to exist, possibly fewer than 10 known specimens worldwide. And in the world of coin collecting, when rarity meets historical importance, the result is record-breaking value. The most pristine example of this coin has reportedly sold in a private sale for a whopping $4 million. Let's break it down. Historical context. Minted at the start of South Africa's transformation away from apartheid. Minting error, an incredibly rare manufacturing mistake. Extreme rarity, only a few known examples worldwide. High demand, collectors and investors are aggressively seeking it. This unique combination makes the 1995-cent error coin one of the most sought-after and valuable coins in modern numismatics. So how can you tell if you've got one of these million-dollar treasures? Here's what to check. Look closely at the blue crane image. Is it misaligned, off-center, or doubled? Check the edges and rim for abnormalities or clipping. Feel the weight and texture. If it feels different from other 5-cent coins, it could be struck on the wrong planchet. And most importantly, inspect it under magnification for double die markings or metal inconsistencies. Condition also plays a major role. A mint-state, well-preserved coin will always command the highest price. Store it properly and handle it with gloves if you suspect it's valuable. If you're in doubt, submit the coin to a certified grading service like NGC or PCGS for expert authentication. So there you have it, the incredible story of the 1990 South African 5-cent coin. A tiny piece of change that became a $4 million marvel. Whether you're a longtime collector or just getting started, this coin proves that even the smallest denominations can carry massive value, both historically and financially. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another treasure hunting episode. Got any rare coins in your collection? Tell us in the comments. We might feature your story in a future episode. Until next time, keep collecting and keep learning. Welcome back to Rare Coin Archive, where legends aren't always written in books, sometimes they're hiding in your spare change. Picture this, a coin so small, most people wouldn't even stoop to pick it up. Just one little 1964 South African 1-center coin, once worth next to nothing, now selling for over $75,000. That's not a typo. A single cent now worth more than most people's annual salary. But what happened? How did this unassuming bronze coin become one of Africa's most elusive treasures? And more importantly, could you be holding one right now without even knowing it? Stick with us, because this isn't just the story of a coin, it's the story of accidents, anomalies, and a rare twist of fate that turned copper into gold. Let's rewind. It's 1964. The air is heavy with change. Apartheid casts a long shadow over South Africa. Yet amid the tension of the times, life goes on. A loaf of bread? A few cents. A bus ride across town? One small copper coin. That coin was the 1964 South African 1-center, a humble little bronze disc with a sparrow on the back and Jan van Riebeek on the front. It was everywhere, in wallets, pockets, under cushions, at the corner cafe. But what no one knew was that some of these coins weren't quite right. At first glance, the 1964 1-cent coin is ordinary. Reverse side, the iconic sparrow, detailed, perched gently on a branch, a symbol of everyday life. Obverse side, Jan van Riebeek, father of the Cape Colony, staring stoically into history. But here's where the story takes a turn. In a year full of political unrest and economic shifts, something unusual happened inside the South African Mint. A handful of these coins were struck on the wrong metal, possibly aluminum or nickel instead of bronze. Others were hit with misaligned dies, creating ghost-like double images known as double die errors. And together, these two mistakes, a rare planchet and a double die, created one of the most valuable African coins ever discovered. In the world of numismatics, mint errors are gold not because they're perfect, but because they're flawed in a way no one could ever recreate. When a coin is accidentally minted on the wrong metal, it's called a planchet error, and it's like catching lightning in a bottle. Add to that a double die where the coin's design appears twice, and you've got a perfect storm of collectability. So what makes these coins fetch up to $75,000? Rarity. Fewer than a dozen confirmed examples are known to exist. Condition. To command that price, it must be nearly flawless, graded MS66 or higher. Provenance. Coins with traceable origins and professional authentication always sell higher. And of course, demand. Serious collectors will pay anything to fill the rarest gap in their collection. Take the story of one Johannesburg man who discovered an old biscuit tin in his late grandfather's attic. Inside, buttons, foreign coins, and at the bottom, a dull 1-cent piece. But this one looked odd. The weight felt off. The metal seemed silvery. The engravings were doubled. Weeks later, after professional grading and verification, the results came in wrong planchet. Double die. MS67 condition. Value? $75,000 at auction. All from a coin that sat ignored for over 50 years. Why 1964? South Africa was undergoing massive changes, not just politically but economically. The mint was experimenting with new metals, switching suppliers, and battling old machinery. In times of transition, mistakes happen. And it's these mistakes that become treasured anomalies. Though 1963 and 1965 have their own small tales, it's 1964 that holds the crown, the year of accidental brilliance. So before you pass by that jar of coins or dismiss that old drawer full of junk change, take a second look. The 1964 South Africa 1-cent coin may be small, but its story is monumental. It's a tale of flawed perfection, historical serendipity, and a reminder that even the smallest things can hold extraordinary value. If the story inspired you, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you never miss another hidden treasure. And hey, if you've got a coin story of your own, drop it in the comments. You might just be featured in our next episode. Until next time, stay curious, keep collecting, and remember, one coin can change everything. Welcome back to Rare Coin Archive. In today's exciting episode, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins and spotlighting a hidden gem that's been turning heads in the coin collecting community. The South Africa 5-cent coin from 1976. This little coin, once used for the simplest of purchases, is now worth a jaw-dropping $125,000. Yes, you heard that right. $125,000 for a 5-cent coin. So how did such a modest coin become one of the most sought-after pieces in modern numismatics? Buckle up. We're going on a journey through its history, rarity, and skyrocketing value. Let's rewind to the year 1976, a pivotal moment in South African history. That year was marked by the Soweto Uprising, a significant protest movement against apartheid, placing South Africa under intense international focus. At the same time, the South African Mint continued issuing coins as part of the country's decimalized currency system, which had begun in the 1960s. The 5-cent coin was part of the lower denominations used daily by millions. The 1976 South African 5-cent coin features the iconic blue crane, South Africa's national bird. On one side, a symbol of grace, elegance, and cultural pride. The reverse side includes the denomination, the year 1976, and the country's name in both English and Afrikaans, South Africa/Suid-Africa. But not all 5-cent coins from 1976 are created equal, and that's where things get interesting. Among the millions of 5-cent coins minted in 1976, a very small number were struck with a rare minting error. This variation, now known as the 1976 blue crane misstrike, features a subtle dye error where the crane appears slightly misaligned or double-stamped, causing a slight ghosting or distortion effect. This unusual feature was likely due to a mechanical mishap during the minting process, but rather than being discarded, a few of these error coins made it into circulation. Today, only a handful of these error coins are known to exist, making them incredibly rare and valuable. Originally worth just 5 cents, this rare error coin has appreciated beyond imagination. With only a few surviving examples, and a surge in international interest in South African numismatics, the 1976 5-cent blue crane error coin has been valued at an astonishing $125,000 at recent auctions and private sales. Collectors and investors alike have been chasing this coin due to its historical context. Rare minting error, symbolic significance, pristine condition, if well preserved. In numismatics, rarity equals value, especially when combined with historical and cultural significance. The 1976 coin is connected to a transformational period in South Africa, which enhances its historical importance. Plus, the error variation makes it almost impossible to find, and that scarcity drives its sky-high value. With fewer than 10 verified examples, it has become a holy grail for collectors. Think you might have one? Here's what to look for. Check the blue crane for signs of misalignment, double strike, or ghosting. Look at the rim and edges for signs of distortion. Inspect under proper lighting or with a magnifying lens. Preservation matters. Coins with minimal wear, no scratches, and sharp detail can be worth significantly more. If you suspect you have one of these coins, have it professionally graded and stored in a protective coin case. So there you have it, the incredible story of the 1976 South African 5-cent coin. A humble piece of currency turned into a numismatic treasure worth $125,000. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this story is a perfect reminder of the thrill of coin collecting. You never know what treasures might be hiding in your drawer or piggy bank. Thanks for watching today's episode of Rare Coin Archive. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next coin adventure. And hey, do you have any rare or unusual coins in your collection? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, keep collecting and keep learning. Welcome back, treasure hunters, numismatists, and curious minds, to another thrilling deep dive on Rare Coin Archive, the channel that proves real treasure doesn't always come in chests of gold or pirate ships, but in the everyday coins you might already own. Today, we're uncovering the extraordinary mystery of a coin that may be hiding in plain sight. A coin from a pivotal moment in history, born in a land undergoing radical change, the 1992 South African 1 Rand coin. A piece so deceptively ordinary that many people overlook it. Yet, in rare forms, this coin can fetch upwards of $95,000. Yes, $95,000. That's not just numismatic hype. That's auction record real. And today, we'll take you through every layer of this modern-day mystery, from minting secrets and political backdrops to how you can identify a $95,000 version yourself. Let's set the stage. South Africa, 1992, a nation in transition. Apartheid, the rigid system of institutionalized racial segregation, is being dismantled. The country is reeling from international sanctions, internal unrest, and the looming prospect of its first democratic elections, which would eventually come in 1994. During this time, national symbols, flags, currencies, even the springbok antelope on coins, became more than just design choices. They became icons of identity, resilience, and political significance. The South African Mint, based in Centurion, continued producing coinage during this transitional era. But something unusual happened during the minting of the 1 Rand coin in 1992. Let's talk about the coin. Denomination: 1 Rand are 1 year, 1992 material. Nickel-plated copper weight, 7 grams diameter, 23 mm obverse. South African coat of arms reverse. The iconic springbok antelope, leaping forward edge. Read it, thousands, possibly millions, of these coins were minted. So why is this 1 year, this one design possibly worth nearly 6 figures? Because within this mintage hides a numismatic anomaly.
Let's break down the reasons this specific coin is being whispered about in collector circles. There are reports of a very limited number of coins that were either proof strikes mistakenly released into circulation specimen/test coins with special finishes not meant for public use, minting errors such as off-center strikes, die breaks, cracks in the stamping die, double strikes missing edge, reading weak, or over-polished strikes that obscure details. Some coins exhibit mirror-like surfaces, similar to proof coins that are normally reserved for collectors or dignitaries. Now here's the kicker. These coins weren't officially announced or recorded in mint bulletins. There are no confirmed official mint documents explaining their existence. This adds to the coin's allure, sparking rumors of unauthorized releases, private orders, or intentional test runs. Even if thousands were made, very few of these coins remain in mint condition today. Why? Because these were regular circulation coins used in vending machines, bus fares, corner shops. Most were heavily worn. Very few survived untouched, uncirculated, and well-preserved. This scarcity of high-grade examples drives the value up immensely. There have been several reported private sales, mostly in collector forums, South African numismatic communities, and international dealer networks, where a flawless 1992 R1 coin has been offered for between $25,000 and $95,000, depending on condition, error features, and certification. One coin, authenticated as a possible proof strike error, was rumored to be offered privately to a European collector for over $1.5 million, roughly $80,000. So now we want to hear from you. Have you ever found a 1992 1 Rand coin that looked just a little too shiny? Do you remember picking up change from a trip to South Africa in the 90s? Could a $95,000 treasure be sitting in your drawer right now? Tell us in the comments. We love hearing about your coin hunting stories, your discoveries, and the coins that got away. And if this episode sparked your inner collector, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell icon, so you never miss a chance to turn pocket change into a hidden fortune. Until next time, keep your coins safe, your mind curious, and your eyes sharp, because the next ordinary-looking coin you pick up might just be the one that changes your life. Take care, and as always, happy hunting.
Welcome back to the Rare Coin Archive. In today's exciting episode, we're diving into the world of rare coins, exploring one that has truly shocked the numismatic community. The 1991 2-cent coin from South Africa. Yes, you heard that right. A tiny 2-cent coin that's now valued at a jaw-dropping $4 million. So buckle up, because today we're going to uncover its fascinating journey, the unique features that make it so rare, and how this humble coin became a modern numismatic treasure. Before we talk about the $4 million price tag, let's rewind to the year 1991. This 2-cent coin was minted in South Africa as part of the country's standard currency. Originally introduced in the 1960s during South Africa's decimalization, when the old South African pound was replaced, the 2-cent coin became a small yet important denomination in everyday use. The 1991 2-cent coin is especially notable for its design. On one side, it features an image of 2 Cape sparrows, native to South Africa. The reverse shows the denomination 2C, the year 1991, and the words South Africa in both English and Afrikaans. While millions of these coins were minted, only a tiny number were produced with a unique and highly valuable minting error, and that's where the story gets really interesting. Among the 1991 batch, a rare error variation was discovered. Known among collectors as the 1991 2-cent Cape Sparrow misalignment error, this version was struck with a noticeable misalignment on the obverse side, causing the bird image to appear off-center or distorted. It might sound like a small flaw, but in the world of coin collecting, such minting errors can make all the difference. These types of errors are not only rare, they're prized. And in the case of this coin, it's estimated that fewer than 10 of these error coins were ever produced, making it one of the rarest modern South African coins in existence. Let's break it down. In the world of numismatics, one thing is always true. Rarity equals value. Combine that with historical context, and you've got the recipe for a $1 million coin. Back in 1991, South Africa was going through massive political and social change. Nelson Mandela had just been released from prison, and the country was on the verge of ending apartheid. Coins minted during this pivotal era are now seen as historical artifacts, increasing their appeal and worth. As collectors and investors caught wind of the rare 1991 era 2-cent coin, demand began to surge. Over the years, its value skyrocketed from just a few cents to an unbelievable $4 million. If you have a 1991 South African 2-cent coin, take a close look. Here's what to look for. Misalignment on the obverse side. The image of the Cape sparrows may appear off-center or slightly rotated. Look for any distortion in the bird's outlines or the surrounding border. Make sure to check the overall condition. A coin in excellent condition with minimal wear will fetch a much higher price. If your coin matches these traits, you might just have one of the rarest coins in modern numismatics sitting in your collection. The discovery of this rare coin caused a ripple effect in the coin collecting world. Investors began viewing rare South African coins as tangible, high-value assets. Demand for coins from the early 1990s, especially with minting errors, exploded. Now, the 1991 2-cent error coin is one of the most talked-about treasures in coin circles, and its story is far from over. So there you have it, the incredible story of a 1991 2-cent South African coin that rose from pocket change to a $4 million numismatic legend. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this coin proves why the hobby is so thrilling. Who knows? Maybe you have one of these rare gems in your collection right now. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode of the Rare Coin Archive. Got any rare coins in your collection? Tell us in the comments. We'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, keep collecting